Thank you for joining me, colleagues. Today I'm going to be discussing curriculum. My name is Jennifer Lewis, and I'm from the University of Southern Mississippi. As you can see in the picture, the spark of knowledge has been lit by curriculum, with its intriguing content and evolving throughout the ages. The concept of curriculum: traditional versus progressive. So originally, curriculum was about the specific course or topic, all the courses in an institution or a program. The concept has evolved, though. Now we're looking at life. Life has learning experiences, and we're looking at how that translates into comprehensive educational experiences, where other learners' experiences are compounded in the world they interact in addition to the courses that they experienced at college or academic institutions. Grass and Purple noted that there are as many definitions of curriculum as there are textbooks, but in light of the fact that curriculum reflects the innate values of society and the conflicts and forces that change those values, as well as the individuals involved in formulating those values, as Dewey said, the reality is it's not surprising that there are many definitions because it continues to evolve. And that is why you see the question mark there. It continues to evolve, and we really don't know what it will be like in light of the fact that our concept of the world continues to evolve and our values continue to vacillate, and we continue to progress technologically. So what is curriculum? Our text explains to us that mission, purpose, and the important content for student comprehension is curriculum, includes all the courses, programs, projects, textbooks, as well as supervised field experiences and other learning outside of the classroom. In addition to that, we're also looking at the beginning of the program, the completion of the program, and the number of credits along the continuum to completion. In terms of concepts of curriculum, we need to look at prescriptive versus descriptive. On the left, you have the prescriptive, that is what the curriculum should be. On the right, you have the descriptive, that is what the curriculum is actually implemented. The result, moving from prescriptive to descriptive, is of many factors, including specific agendas at institutions, specific changes from accreditors, different resources at different institutions, different mandates. And so that changes what was idealized in the prescriptive to what is actually implemented in the descriptive. Meanwhile, those forces that Dewey referenced, the internal influences, faculty, staff, organization, mission, vision, values, and the external influences in terms of government, the accreditors, and those forces that press upon institutions to meet certain standards, those are your external influences there. Those have to work together. We've got to get buy-in at an institutional level and with those individuals that deal with our higher accrediting bodies and our government mandates and compliance with those. So to achieve buy-in, as you can see from my diagram, you have to create trust. The components of building up to trust are participation in the process. So you have to get buy-in from everyone in terms of, okay, you have a voice in this. This is not just something done to you. You're a part of the process. Effective communication. You have to speak about what is going on and keep people informed. And just overall transparency. And that establishes the trust that's necessary to achieve the buy-in, to overcome fears of change, and to move toward developing new curriculum and changing existing curriculum to make it reflective of the needs of, or the evolving needs of society. Meanwhile, I formulated my definition of curriculum, and in this you see again the prescriptive or idealized concept of what curriculum should be, what we say we're going to do versus descriptive, what we actually do. And we have our other learning experiences outside the classroom, be they service learning, study abroad, just general self-motivated readings on a topic, as well as our internal and external stakeholders. You do see that the other learning experiences also impact internal and external stakeholders in terms of they bring that with them. It's part of their agenda, their perspective, their innate biases that are reflective in what they feel are important to be taught as part of the curriculum. In terms of what I would like you to consider as we move forward in evaluating curriculum and continue to work within the scope of what exists and continue to try to push the boundaries and allow it or serve as facilitators of curriculum development. Our issue isn't so much with curriculum, because that has to change, but with the things that present basically barriers to the change. So what's presented below are important curricular considerations, and I'm focusing on these areas that can represent ways that curriculum's development and effectiveness are undermined. So you see curricular change. Why does there still appear to be such a reluctance to make curriculum changes, even though we have the assessment data, the analytics to justify curriculum changes? That is a question we need to ask ourselves. What can we do to make people more comfortable with affecting change? How do we build that into our mission, vision, values? How do we make that the status quo? Generational needs. People learn differently based on how they were brought up and what time frame they were brought up in. So people in my generation, we tend to do better with some independent work. Other people in different generations may want to be more collaborative. How do you teach a variety of people, as depicted in the picture, across multiple generations in one classroom effectively? And can you even do that? Do you need to look at structuring classes so similar types of generational learners are grouped together? Perhaps those are considerations we need to undertake to effectively use our resources and to provide these learners with the optimal presentation of materials so that they can achieve lifelong learning and benefit from the information presented within the context of the curriculum. Learning styles. How can an instructor effectively plan instruction without considering how one person learns differently than another? I'm a kinesthetic learner. I need to do something with the content. You present just content and writing, it's not going to be effective. It's not going to resonate with me. Although we've seen people try to debunk the idea of learning styles, the reality is that everyone knows that they exist and everyone knows their preferences. There's multiple learning styles usually for one person, but the reality is that not every person learns in every single learning style effectively, and that's where the concerns arise. How can an instructor effectively plan without undertaking those considerations? Again, these are all barriers to effectively presenting the curriculum in an optimal way, and that's why I ask you to consider these as we move forward as basically change agents for curriculum. Thank you for your time.